Welcome to the 2024 New Zealand Autocar Car of the Year. For over 3 decades, New Zealand Autocar has been the leading car magazine in New Zealand, and every year we pick from a selection of top vehicles to work out what we think is the best vehicle you can buy. Let's go have a look at our top 6 vehicles. Our judging panel for today includes New Zealand Autocar Managing Editor Richard Edwards, Editor Kyle Cassidy, Senior Journalist Peter Lewison, Art Director Alex Schultz, and BMW Series Racer Stephanie Bajan. So we are starting off with a really exciting car. This is the Hyundai Ioniq, and it's probably the world's first properly hot electric hatchback. 478 kilowatts of power, 3.4 seconds, 0 to 100, but it comes at a price, $135,000. But over there, we've got something that's even more expensive. So now each of these cars has won a segment award for the New Zealand Autocar 2024 awards. This one here is our top premium car, the Porsche Macan EV. Now this one specifically is the turbo model, which means it comes in at a fairly hefty $224,000. And Kyle, I'm not sure if it's actually any quicker than that one over there, the Ioniq 5N.
I think there's a 0.1 second difference between them, but that's pretty good for the Porsche, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall this is interesting in that it is an all-round luxury car as well as a performance car. That one's pretty focused.
This is focused. The N, I like the way that they have made it sort of switch between EV and pretend that it's an ICE car. That's quite interesting to drive. It's what got it the award in the performance car category.
And those video game noises.
Those video game noises. Yeah. There's so many bits and pieces that you can manipulate and tune in this car with if you like that kind of technology, if you like the changing bits and pieces, this is the car for you.
Right, but these are both over 6 figures. I'm going to go look at something a little more value-based. So now we move to our value award winner, the MGHS. And well, this one here is the top model at $42,999. You can have one of these for about 36 grand. It's a lot of car for the money.
It is a huge amount of car for the money. And this second generation one kind of fixed all of the little issues of the first generation one too. This is a turbo petrol, but they're bringing in hybrids apparently later on.
And this is the only pure petrol car here today. Do you think that's a bit of a hard thing for it to get over, being a purely petrol car in a world now that is quite electrified?
I think so, and which is why they're bringing in the hybrid later on. But I mean, it does make them more affordable because there's not so much stuff going into them, obviously.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. You get a family size SUV for like 36 grand. When I was young, a Corolla was 36 grand. So yeah, really impressive value. Behind me, we'll go look at something that is electrified. This is our EV of the year, the Kia EV5. Now, it's the Korean company's first car built for export markets in China, and it has the key thing of coming with a massive 88 kilowatt hour battery. Now, Stephanie, this isn't exactly like your race cars, but you've had some experience with Kias, and I think you've found some of the little accessories it has inside are quite handy.
Yeah, no, definitely. I used to have a Kia myself, and I just love all the little bells and whistles that, you know, some of the European cars don't even have, especially the household plugins. I find them really handy to have, especially with kids. And it's just a great size. It's really good for the family, and just really nice interior. Yeah, quality.
Right, I'll go check out another great family option. So the Hyundai Santa Fe, quite a large, voluminous family vehicle that does look somewhat boxy and has some interesting design details. Now, our art director, Alex, you are a trained vehicle designer. What do you think of the whole family box thing they've got going on here?
I mean, I think a SUV looks best when it's boxy, so I actually like the design. I like the way that, you know, it gives the impression of just all the pillars are blacked out, so it makes the roof look like it's floating. It looks great. Cool headlights.
And it's really practical, but if we want to really talk about practical vehicles, we need to check out the one behind me. So the ultimate in Kiwi practicality is our top ute of the year, the BYD Shark. Now, this is really a new concept from what we've seen in the commercial vehicle space before. A plug-in hybrid. I think it's got an amazing interior, a really good tray. It'll do up to around 90 kilometers on electric power. Then it's got a little 1.5 turbo for taking you further. And at $69,990, it's pretty exceptional value. Right, that is our class winners for the year. It's time to go and hit the road and see what they're like in the real world. So how does the judging work? During the first round, our panel closely inspects each vehicle and takes on a standardized drive loop. They then score it across multiple factors: value, practicality, performance, driving dynamics, and design using a weighted system based on the vehicle's intended purpose. That means a high-priced performance car needs to deliver more to rank on par with a budget-friendly option. So the scores are in and we have two finalists, the BYD Shark 6 and the Porsche Macan Electric. Right, let's go for one last drive before we choose a winner. The voting is in, and this year we have a unanimous winner for the 2024 New Zealand Autocar Car of the Year. The BYD Shark. So Kyle, the BYD Shark 6, unanimous winner this year. Worthy?
Yeah, we just did that comparison between the Porsche and the BYD. And once you got out of the Porsche and stepped into the BYD, it wasn't like you were giving up a whole heap of quality. It was like quite mind-blowing, really.
Yeah, and the specifications tested, you could have 3 of these for one of those Porsches. And yeah, this feels like a really premium vehicle at a price that, $69,990, it used to sound like a lot of money. This makes that car pretty much cheap in the ute market.
It sure does. And I think one of the judges said it doesn't feel like you're driving a ute, so it's really good in that regard too. But for me, it's the powertrain refinement, the hybrid tech, and this is great, and doesn't feel like a ute. As we said, it just feels like this real premium sort of 4-wheel drive that will suit a lot of people.
Now, one of the things that has been said is only tows 2.5 tonne, which is less than the 3 to 3.5 tonne that's kind of normal with some of the bigger utes. Do we really think that's a problem?
Well, look, I think it's probably 2.5 tonne probably suits 90% of your towing needs. I mean, look, Raptor can only tow 2.5 and they still sell a whole heap of them. So I don't think it's going to be a massive issue, and it will be the way that this produces its torque will actually make it quite a good tow vehicle. So yeah, I don't think that's an issue at all.
Yeah. So look, a really, really important and valid winner, I think, this year for the Autocar Car of the Year. Congratulations to the team at BYD New Zealand, Atico Distributors, and to the BYD team up in China. You've really done a great job. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video to see more, and you can read all about this award in the March 2025 issue of New Zealand Autocar magazine. Thanks for joining us.